Well, hello, my fellow car maulers. Welcome to another episode of the Model Car Enthusiast Podcast. The knuckleheads are here, and we have an extra knucklehead, new one, never before. Lewis Hicks is in the house, and we got a couple of regulars. I'm not going to talk about them. Nobody cares. And so we have a really good shoe here for you today. We have a thing about box art. Most of us do. Brian doesn't, but the rest of us do. And Brian, but we'll fit him in somehow. But box art, as we all have, look at everybody has something behind them. It's a part of the hobby. It really is, especially the longer you do it. But I mean, even back when I was first getting into it, I would go to the hobby shop to try to pick a model. And I would just stare at the box art. And there was always ones that were like I would gravitate to. So this is something we want to talk about. We want to talk about our favorite box art. We're going to show you, everybody's going to kind of show you what some of their favorite box arts are and whatever stories go along with it. And then we want to talk about how it affects our purchasing. Because I know there was some really bad box art out there, and we'll get to that. And I wonder if that would stop you from buying. But anyways, this is the show. I never remember what number this is. What number is this, Mark? What are we
10.
at? Are we at 10? Are we at 10?
10.
Oh, wow. 10. Holy cow. So we'll go around. Everybody introduce yourself. We'll start with the Hobby Dude.
Hey, it's Mark, Hobby Dude 007 on YouTube and
Spotify.
Facebook. You talking Spotify, and I'm getting off on
YouTube and Spotify. Well, you are on Spotify. Some of these people are listening on Spotify.
Well, yeah, I am.
So you didn't lie.
But YouTube and Facebook.
There we go. Yes, he is on Facebook, people. We do know that.
I'm Brian Burwell of Got Fuels Model Car Garage, and that's on YouTube, and I think it's just Fuels Models on the Instagrams, and Brian Burwell on the book face.
The book face.
I'm Lewis Hicks, just Lewis Hicks on Instagram and Facebook.
See, he's a content creator. He's on Instagram. He creates content
on Instagram.
Welcome, Luke.
Thanks for coming on.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, glad to have you.
And I'm Irvin, Arterake, and I am on the YouTubes, and I just started an Instagram account. I have no idea how to use it, but I'm on there. So
I am.
We're going to bump down the road and see if I can figure that out.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm with you on that one, man. Instagram, I still can't figure it out. I can't.
Well, I think all the young guys, I think that's what they use. All us old farts use Facebook and YouTube. So I'm trying to broaden my.
Yeah, you got to be hip.
Yeah, I'm trying
is that
to.
What it is?
It's not working very well, but
Instagram.
I am hip. The most unhip dude. Just ask my dog.
Yeah, I'm going to start using big wheels and talk the lingo. I'm going to have to learn some of those words they use.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, it's me, Luka C. You all know me. You're on my channel, and you're on, listening on the Spotify's over there. But we're ready to kick off number 10. Let's go ahead and we'll start with Mr. Hobby Dude here. Mark, I know that you have some pretty cool box art to talk about.
Yeah. The one with the best memory is the monogram. I think it was in the late 50s when it was first put out, the monogram 1/24th scale Green Hornet. And my dad had built one of those things, and I wanted one. And when he took me to get my very first model, that's what I picked out. He said, "Son, I have that one." I said, "Yeah, but I don't. I want to build one." And so that was my very first model, and I've always loved that box art. And the cool thing is, Hot Rod Magazine, the real car was called the Grasshopper. And some great detailed pictures in Hot Rod Magazine of that car. And I love the fact that the guys holding the body and the two girls there with the car are the same thing that's on the box art. So
Yep.
I thought that was unique too.
It probably was the
I've got
inspiration.
fond memories of that car, and I probably have about 6 of those things. When I find them at a swap meet at a good deal, I'll get another one. But I want to do one like I did back then. Don't have a clue what happened to the original car, but I want to do another one and then out of box like I did that one, and then do one with all of our technology available to us today,
Yeah.
all the goodies available to it. But I think my all-time favorite box art is the original 40 Ford sedan and coupe.
That one?
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And there were so many great box arts for this. But yeah, there's the side. But this is one of those kits that I would buy over and over and over because check out that box art. You
Yeah.
got the flames, you got all of the accessories, you had extra engines, you had custom parts. And because of what you saw on the box, whether it was other colors of the car, anything that would plant that idea in your head, I bought more of this particular kit than I probably did any other kit throughout the almost 65 years I've been building models. These things were, I had to build both of those.
Yeah, it was
As soon as I
it's a
saw the red
versatile
one, I
kit.
thought, oh yeah, I got to do the red one too. And it's just, and the sedan had a lot of options on it too. So yep. And how do you not love that box art? You got a custom, you got a drag car. Yeah, it just,
Right.
and you had the option to make a 39 as well. And my dad had a 39 sedan. And my uncle raced a gasser that was a 40 coupe.
Oh,
Which
really?
was just cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I just love those things. But the box art itself, because of all those options and colors that were on the box art, man, I had to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I would come back and just buy that same kit over just to do something different with the same kit.
So you would say that the box art was what gravitated you to
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
kit.
Originally the box art. Now, granted, we had them in the driveway and in the garage, but
Yeah.
the box art was always cool because it was different.
Yeah. I'd love to get a hold of one of those old ones.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that kit.
yeah.
Was there any other box art that you liked? Something that was your
A lot of it. I don't want to get into the stuff I don't like yet because that's another. We'll
Yeah,
get to that
we'll
later,
do that
right?
at the end. We'll start
Yeah,
the hating at the end.
but there some of the stock car art when Monogram first came out with theirs. Well,
Oh,
to
yeah.
that end, the box art for the MPC stock cars when they came out, those were
Oh
always good.
yeah. Those are really cool
Um,
too. I forgot about them.
now
You're
the
talking
first
about
one,
the early ones.
yeah. Well, the first one I ever saw, I think I was in Kmart and I saw the Jim Hurtubise car, and I'm like, wow,
Oh, that was that
And
Miller car.
yeah, but yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah,
But a lot of the
that
box
was
art like that.
yeah, those were really cool. Those are really cool box art. Especially the MPC did a great job with those. Sometimes using kind of doctored up pictures of the real cars on the track, but sometimes there was some really good artwork. I always like it when they do artist renderings.
And again, like the 40 on the sides of the box, a lot of those kits that were produced in the 60s too, you had all of those custom parts that they showed, even if it was on a drawing or on the built car on the side, it had all of the louvers and the fins and the
Hmm.
fender skirts, stuff that when you're looking at the picture of the car on the cover or on the top of the box, it may not have all that stuff on it. But when you see all the accessories that are in there, that was always inspiring to me too, to
Yeah,
purchase that kit. So box art goes a long way.
it does.
It really
It does.
does.
I mean, the whole point of it is to attract you and get you to buy,
Hmm.
and that's why. Yeah, well, like we said, we'll get into the hating later because there's an issue that happened a few years back. I think maybe we know why, but we'll get to that in a bit. But definitely, and like I have to say, just to inject here real quick, it's not my turn, too bad, but it's my show. The round two models, they have really made a point of always hiring a really talented artist to do amazing renderings, and they've always had incredible box art. They really picked that back up and made box art really important again. So good on them.
Yes.
So any other box art you can think of?
Those are the most memorable ones that
Yeah.
kind of grabbed my attention when I first saw. There's probably a lot more, to be honest
Oh
with you,
yeah,
but
we
there's
can
a
make
lot.
this a 5 hour
That's just
show.
too much to remember. But I think those are the ones that were my original impressions, and still those 40 boxes from back then are still, I think, my favorite boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to.
they really are.
Well, everybody knows, and you and I, that's what got us to start the USAC build was
Yep.
both of
In
our
fact, that was
love
our
for the
first, the
44.
USAC first bill was that
That was the
kit.
first build. Yeah, just love that kit. And I got a few ready to build again. I'm gonna build some more of those 40s. I just love them. The AMT 40 is one of my favorite kits. So Brian,
So I've got a different take.
he's got a different take.
I like to, I like to play around with trying custom paint, and things of that nature. So it's not a whole lot of boxes I can say that when I saw it, it inspired me to build the box art, and it's because I was out of the hobby for over 30 years, so I don't know much of the history on the box art. But the one of the first kits I purchased when I made my first big purchase was the Foose Cadillac, and when I saw that kit on the website, it immediately went to my head what that kit needed. But I was new to building. I wanted to make sure I was comfortable painting, and I had to put a marbleized paint job on it. But I knew it needed to be scale. I had seen a lot of them done where they're not scale. The marbling is way out of scale. They do it like they do 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And I had to play around with a technique to make the marble scaled. And to date, it's still my favorite paint job. 6 years later,
You killed that one for sure.
Thank you. I'm really proud of it, and I was,
Yeah, you did get it to scale too.
yeah, I was offered. Somebody wanted to buy it, and he was ready to give me several $100s, and I can't because
Yeah.
there's history for me in that.
Hmm.
But box art that truly inspired me, that made me purchase a kit and build it like on the box art, is the Country Charger. But then I've heard so many
Yeah.
bad things about the kit, and it's not that one, it's the side one, the green that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that and was like, oh yeah, a poison green candy on that. But then I just hear so much bad about the kit, and I'm like, I've never dug into it because I've heard so much negativity and inaccuracy in the kit, and because it is such an old mold.
Yeah,
But
I know that kit does get a bad rap, and there's been so many different variations of it between they did the Charger 500 with it, and then when you got, I believe that Country, whatever it's called, that version, they corrected the channeling of the back window. So I mean, that
well,
was
I
always
heard it's a lot to do with like in the marker area light up at the front,
that too. Yeah,
that it's not where it's supposed to be or something. I don't know, but I mean, I haven't broke open the kit because I've heard so much negativity on the kit and fitment issues and inaccuracy issues that it's just been sitting there.
yeah,
Get the Revell one,
that's true.
and just get. I think someone's 3D printing those vector wheels. Also, isn't there someone out there doing?
Oh
those?
yeah, yeah. Well, I know
I think
there's.
they
I
are.
know I've seen an STL file for them.
Oh,
yeah. So just take that rendering and build the Revell one, or was that originally a monogram one, or is it just Revell?
No, I think that was
Think
always
it-
Revell. And it's
Yeah.
25th scale.
I don't know if I've seen it. I don't know if I've seen it in from Revell yet at a show or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they have one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been
I'd build
around for a
that
while.
one. Unless
They
you're
did
just
the
doing
58
unless you're
69.
doing like like a painting exercise. You just wanted that side profile with some paint on it. But yeah, if
You
you're
can
one,
find
if you want to build an accurate kit, I'd start with the Revell one
the
and get
Revell
the
Pro
I'll have to
aftermarket
Modeler.
look for the
wheels
Revell
for it.
one. I'll have to
Yeah,
look
the
for
Pro
Revell.
Modeler version's really, really good.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. But recently, I was at the Hope It Don't Snow show up in Greenville, and I wasn't planning on buying any kits except for the two new Revell, um, uh, what are they? The Blazers, the K5s that were just recently come out because I had a Blazer that I would like to replicate. But when I saw these kits and he offered me the price for them, and it's the AMT Chop Tee, and that
Oh.
was a box art that really
Oh,
inspired me to buy that kit, and I got two of them
yeah.
for $30.
Oh,
Nice.
really?
Yes, and when I saw that box art, my mind immediately went to what would Tom White do?
Ah,
Because his hot rods are amazing, and that box art, I would like to build one as the box art, but then I would also like to build one as what would Tom White do? And
that's
that's
just-
why I got both of them. And then after purchasing them, I heard that you could almost build 4 kits with one of those boxes. That it's got
Yeah, there's a
so
lot
many
of
parts
options
in
in it.
A lot of parts.
A lot of
A lot of
parts,
parts.
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm gonna have to find some stuff that he recently. What he just done the 42 door, and he had some resin, especially the resin brakes that I would like to get my hands on because the exposed brake drum really looked good on that 2 door he built, and I would like to use the same resin uh, on the brakes for it. But yeah, that's definitely one thing I'd have to look for to see if I could find.
Check out Replicas and Miniatures of Maryland Company
Oh.
for those brakes. Wow.
I-
Norm does an outstanding job on those, too.
Okay. I could just I could text Tom and find out where he got them from, but I know
Yeah.
he would happily divulge the information. But I just don't. I wish I knew some of the history and the box art of the past, but I just don't. I wish I did, but by the time I'll have time to learn it, I'll be retiring, and that might be when I get put in the grave.
Well, there's a really good channel. What's it called? The Luka C channel. He talks about box art and history of kits. A lot.
Yeah,
Check
I
him
wish I
out.
had time to watch some more YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
I agree. I wouldn't. Well, it's a little tough to watch. I wouldn't really.
12
definitely
hours
pack a
of just
lunch.
working a day is tough to find
Yeah.
time to watch a video.
Yeah, definitely. No. Yeah, definitely. You get more into it and start learning more and find out. That's what's nice about YouTube. It's not just me. There's, Mark does great history stuff. I mean, there are so many YouTubers that talk about that stuff in the history. You can learn so much. And just flat out scrolling on ScaleMates. What a wonderful website that is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's come up a lot in my lives. We'll talk about a kit, and somebody will show one, and we'll go look
Yeah.
at ScaleMates, and I'll see some of the box art history of that particular kit. I don't always remember it, but that I see some that way and see the
Yeah.
changes and what where they say they added parts or changed decals or so yeah, I get to learn a little bit that way, but by the time I get to a show, I done forgot it. And
Yeah. You got any other box art though that sticks in your head that made you go,
uh, I guess it would probably be most recently would probably be the a '67 Chevelle SS396 Revell. It was more of a pro touring
Oh yeah.
box art. It's
The
black on
California
red.
wheels
Black.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it California wheels? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
California wheels. Yeah, yeah. That box art did inspire me. We was talking about it on a hangout, and I looked it up on eBay and saw it. I was like, oh, I need that. So yeah, there are some, but I guess I see the box art, although I probably won't paint it that way. But it does inspire me to buy a kit when I see, especially pro touring. If I see it in a pro touring form, I'm more than likely going to buy it.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, with that Chevelle, that was the first model I ever had in a magazine, and I painted it just like on the box. I think I was 10 or 11 at that point.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Wow.
How cool is that?
Because
He started young.
I'm looking at it now. It's got like, is that a yellow stripe between the red and the black?
It's a yellow and red stripe, and the bottom of the car is actually an orange. And on the back quarter panel, there's a flame that comes off of the stripes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is it an orange?
Yep.
I thought it was a red.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, it looks like a cool kit. I'll get around to it one day.
It's a good
It's
kit.
really nice. I do suggest opening it because I think I've bought 5 of them since, and 2 out of those 5 have had shortcuts on the body where you had to like completely rebuild the quarter panel or something.
Oh, I hope mine ain't that way.
I have. That's the same one that was molded in green at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have extra bodies.
Well,
if anybody needs one, I have.
It was molded in green.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Pro
original
Street version
that was
was.
molded in
originally.
green.
Huh.
Like I don't know. It was fairly bright.
Like the Max Rat color is.
Yeah, it's Max. Isn't that what they called it? The Max.
Yeah.
Rat?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
Max
you're
Rat.
right. I'm thinking of the Johan green.
Yeah, the Max Rat is Pro Street.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, are you talking about the stock version with the extra wheels in it? In the body stock on that one?
We don't have a picture of that box art here. So
of which one?
Of the one that you're talking about, the black one with the little. That was a stock version with extra wheels in it.
It's a stock, but it's stock.
Okay.
It's just got pro touring type wheels on it.
Okay. I always intermix those 2 kits. I've taken parts out of both of them, and the stock one and the Pro Street one.
Yeah.
And the Pro Street one, I parted a ton of them out because there's some really good. Yeah. They're both good for parts.
The Max Rat is a Malibu.
Yeah,
yes.
Chevelle Malibus.
Yeah, I mean same thing, but they consider it a Malibu.
Yeah.
And the bumper, they done the bumper. That was one thing that when I opened.
Yeah, I never liked the. I like the stock looking one.
Yeah.
I've ported out a ton of both those kits. I mean, there for a while. The one that you're talking about, we parted them out just for the wheels, just to use the wheels and other things.
I like the chassis on the Max Rat more than the '67 Chevelle. It's got a much better chassis under it.
It's a lot more detail and has some better accuracies to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I have just as much as the Revell version as the AMT version for those Pro Street chassis. It depends on what I do and what they work out best for. But yeah, that is what originally was the Max Rat. That is such a cool kit, and that was a box art I really liked. I remember when it came out; it actually really attracted me.
Yeah. I built the Max Rat a couple years ago, and I was like, I got to have another one of these kits. Got to. And I was able to find one through. I forgot who had one, and I was able to pick another one up. But yeah, I would like a couple more of those, just because I'm hoping they get re-released as something else, sometime soon. But because it's just a great kit. It's a great kit.
I bet you'll see it. And is this? Here we go. There. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
You see what I was doing, keeping you guys talking about it, and I went and grabbed a picture. That's how wonderful I am.
Yeah, it's a great kit.
Yeah, it is.
That is a cool. But that's all. The Max Rat Pro Street version and the stock, so to say, version that they kind of did the pro touring thing. That's all kind of the same. It's the same tooling. They're like you can interchange parts. So like as far as the body, if you had a Max Rat and you need a body for the stock one, you can grab a Max Rat.
Yeah.
Body.
I wished I would have had that black and red one because of the way that they done the back. I guess you call it the deck panel and
Yeah.
the bumper. Because I had to cut that and separate it so I could glue the tail light part up into the body and then paint the bumper separate. Yeah, if I'd have had that, that would have been a much better option. But I did want the Malibu too. So
Yeah. All right, on. Well, let's go to our guest knucklehead here. We got Lewis Hicks in the house. Lewis, I heard that you like box art,
Some of it, yeah.
and you've been involved with some box art with Iceman Collections. So I thought,
Yep.
oh, well, and you're much younger than us, much younger than us.
A little bit.
And
he looks like
so you're what's kind of a rarity in our hobby, a younger builder, but you came into this. We were all well going with this when you got involved, but you've got like a lot of box art that's some of your favorite that might be from a long time ago or recent, or
Yep.
what do you got?
Almost everything's older.
Really?
70s and 80s mainly. You know, you've
Really?
got all the old annuals. The box art was almost always cool.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the kit. I don't find the box art on the kits that I grew up with really cool, except for like the Street Burner kits.
Yeah.
You know, the '79 Camaro Street Burner kit had that awesome, where the Camaro is pulling into the staging lanes at the strip. Like that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
box was awesome. But for the most part, it's all older stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the AMT released the '73 Camaro, and that kit is one that I want so bad,
that's cool.
but haven't
Yeah.
been able to get my hands on it yet. So
I had it once.
I will get it. It's just the box has to be in good shape, and I'm not.
Yeah.
There's a local guy that's at always the shows that I go to up here, and he has one, but he's one of those that gets the vintage kits for pennies and wants to, you know, make his whole living on them.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it.
No,
You know?
no. Because honestly, the kit is not that good. The only thing that's
Nope.
nice about that kit is that it's the only place you can get the 73 grill.
Yeah.
And
Luka,
Not Luka.
yes, sir.
Luka, your
Oh,
screen
I'm
is.
I am.
You're
glitching.
under attack.
It is kind of a thing. You want to get the kit, and I've done that before. There's a couple of like those, especially the old Camaros. They're real special to me. The early '70s Camaros. I've gotten a few of those kits just because I love the box art. But with the, you know, in 2000 when AMT came out with the 70 Camaro, the Baldwin Motion and the Z28, that's a far more superior kit. So you don't even care about building them. But
Yeah.
the,
that one is strictly box art.
yeah, it's strictly, but you want a nice kit. You definitely.
Yes.
It's almost like I picked up one of the old Camaro MPC Camaros, and I didn't care about the kit was in okay condition, but I wanted it for the box art. The box was nice, and it counted. So yeah, that's where we go crazy with our box art. But that is a cool kit. I know that is a that's a cool one because it's neat how they're showing. We'll pop it back up here real quick. Showing that engine getting dropped in. It's in a shop setting. It's very 70s back in the day.
Well, and the car, how it sits, looks so good. It's got the duckbill spoiler.
Yeah.
It's got the front valance on it. It's got meaty back tires. Like, just as a whole, it looks so good.
It does. It looks fantastic. And I'll tell you that grill. I'll talk to you later about the grill and stuff like that. But could help you out with that. But,
All right.
yeah, that's a cool one. What other
So
box art you got? You like the old stuff?
The old stuff. The next big one after those would be all of the MPC Pro stocks. You know, the Sox and Martin, the Camaro, all of them.
Yeah.
And out of that entire series right there, the only one I've been able to lock my hands on was the Grumpy's Vega. And I did go get an original one that I was able to locate that some loose parts off the trees, but overall the kit is mint condition.
Yeah. And that's another one. I have both the Grump because I'm a huge Bill Jenkins fan. So the Camaro I was talking about was that Grumpy's Camaro. That was a holy grail I hunted for years, and I paid a lot for that one. I think it's the highest I ever paid for a kit, but I want it. And the kit itself really isn't in. It's buildable. It's never been built. It's not glue bound or nothing, but it is not in good condition. But the box art was in good condition. That's all I cared about.
So crazy enough,
a couple of those, hadn't you?
What's that?
Matt, you built a couple of those too, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, I have,
Yeah.
definitely. But it's a, and then you have the Grumpy Vega, both an original and the new one that came out a few years ago, right? And have you seen how much different they are?
Oh yeah,
it's like that old one's kind of junk, isn't it?
You don't even want to build the old one. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it when you got the new one is so much better. A lot of people don't realize how many repairs and updates that round 2 did to those 2 Vega kits when they came out. It's the best version of the Vega ever.
That's just correcting the rear wheel wells was enough to make you want to build that one.
That was totally it. The wheel wells, even over the years, they changed the wheel wells, but they never got them right until now. And it's just like those are so awesome. Yeah, that's a cool one. And I know you sent me a few pictures of some of the other old MPC Pro stocks.
Yeah. Yep. The was it the Motown or Mopar missile? That's one's not pictured. Yeah, that's not pictured in there. There was all of those box arts were so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
This is one that I want, is that Motown missile.
Yep.
I'm building one, but I would love to have that kit.
Yeah. That's the Grumpy's Camaro. The same guy that has the 73, he bought one at a show that it was kind of like tucked under a table.
Yeah.
And I'd seen it and asked the guy, I'm like, hey, what do you want for it? He's like, I'm not sure I want to sell it yet. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be wandering around. If you see me, just flag me down. And I see the guy that always buys all the kits walking away with it. I'm like, okay. So I went over, I'm like, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what did you sell it for? And this kind of put it in perspective. He sold it for $100. Kit was mint condition but missing decals. I went over to the guy that now had it. I'm like, well, what do you want for it? He's like, $350. I'm like,
oh my.
Nope. Not doing it.
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, I know you do.
They had a Sundowner kit or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he have a whole stack of Sundowners?
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. I understand the price of these kits and all that stuff, but there's just a point. Making money, yeah, but $200-300, $200-300%, 200-300% profit. Come on, man.
Well, if he'd have said 150, honestly, I'd have probably jumped. But no, I know what you just paid. That's not even, in my opinion, it's not right.
Yeah, I paid $150 for my Grumpy's Toy Camaro, and I paid $80 for the Vega, and this was back about 3 years, early 2000s when I bought those.
Yeah.
And I had never paid $150 for a kit, but it was just an important one to have, and I know there's hating about that, but I didn't buy it to build.
Yeah.
Won't ever. I want to build another Grumpy's Toy, but I'm gonna use one of the newer round 2 versions.
Yep.
Those are much better.
Well, that and a lot of those MPC Pro stocks, most of them I don't think you'll ever see again.
No, the Sox and Martin one.
Never will see that again.
I don't think you will, because it got retooled into. Actually, the latest one they put out, that 72, is basically came from that lineage of that kit.
Yep.
So.
That's Vince Labosco, one of my favorite builders. He just did he just used the new kit to build that, and it's gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, he did amazing. So.
Yeah. Another kit that I would love to see come out that you sent me, and of your, I'm just taking over your thing, but you sent the picture. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Landy.
Dick Landy's Charger. Like what? This would have been 73, 74.
I think 73. Yeah.
Yeah, his stance was just right.
Yep.
With that car. just right. I've wanted to build a model of one of those of his car.
Yeah.
That
That's
one.
all of his cars always looked good.
Yeah, he always had good looking cars.
Yep.
Always had. But do you have any that are like of modern era or your era that any?
Not too much. Maybe the Mobius's new Dave Strickler 65 Dodge. That one looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
And then the 79 Camaro. That kit, honestly, I think is my favorite kit that's ever come out. But it's
Really?
got some sentimental value. I remember going to the store when I might have been 8 or 9, and me and my stepdad went in. I grabbed that kit. He grabbed the Days of Thunder, the Hardee's Lumina, and we grabbed a can of Competition Orange, went home, painted both of them, and sat down and built them together.
Nice.
So that kit has that sentimental value on top of me liking the box art. So I think I have 7 of those.
Oh, real? And which one is that? That's the Revell one.
Yeah, the Revell Street Burner, where it's turning into the staging lanes in the front of the box.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was a cool version of that.
Yep.
That kit, that box art was pretty cool. I like that kit a lot. Too.
Yeah, it builds up nice any way that you could. There's so many ways to modify it right out of the box.
Yeah.
So.
And I love those second gen Camaros. Yep. It's one of my favorite cars. I've had quite a few of them. Yep. They look so cool.
Yep.
I wonder, off the subject real quick, but talking about Camaros, you know that MPC is going to be re-releasing the old MPC. Round 2 is going to be re-releasing the old MPC 7. I guess it would be an 80 Z28.
I didn't know that. No.
You didn't know about? Yeah.
The IROC?
No, it's an 80. It's the second gen Camaro, and I always like those because the spoilers and all that were separate, and it was pretty easy to make it into a regular Camaro.
Yeah.
But I like those. I got bunches of them. I probably won't buy one. As a matter of fact, right behind me here. I think they're all right there. There's a ton of them right there. Those
I sent you those hoods that I did, and I had a guy message me. He wanted a duckbill spoiler for a 70 Camaro, and I'm like, dude, that I will never make it because if you buy the Baldwin Motion, it's already there.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yep, and they did a great job on it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I just had one of your hoods right here. What did I do with it? Yeah, you sent me one. I got it.
Yep.
Very, very. I appreciate it. You did a nice job on making that.
Thank you. That's you can thank Norm from Replicas of Miniature of Maryland for casting them.
So is he selling them, or are you selling them, or is there some deal that can people get those?
They can. It's going to have to be a special order only because I did a run of them, and unfortunately, it ended up costing more money than anything. So I think I lost like average of $2 per hood, but they're going to have to be a special order for me to go make them and ship them out because people have got to understand they're not going to be cheap.
Yeah. No. And you have probably one of the best resin casters on the planet casting. This hood is so good. I've been looking at it and going. I'm getting ready to make some new molds of some of my hoods. Mm-hmm. So I got a few outlaw hoods and stuff. And I look at this and I go, I got to step up my game, man. This guy, Norm, is the best. He did such a good job with it.
Yes.
And you did an amazing job.
Norm's had a little practice.
Thank you. A little bit, yeah.
You did that whole race hood. You got that cowl thing going. You did a really good job. The body work is amazing on that. And I got a few of my hoods. Reluctantly, I'm sending you. Not that I'm reluctant to send them to you. I'm reluctant to you seeing them compared to that.
Oh, it'll be fine.
No, we got some. I want to come out with more hoods like that. But hoods are very tough to do, and people got to realize there's a lot of it's labor intensive to do a good mold and stuff and to cast properly. And this is not going to be $2. It's not going to be $5. I don't know what you're selling it for. but I have an idea. But I don't give mine away. So
Yeah. Well, that's in. If I do a run of 10 of them and I only sell 4, I've got 6 that are going to sit around and warp if I don't have them sitting on a body.
right.
So I'm not willing to do that. They've got to be a special order, and I've got to have a certain amount ready before I'm going to go cast any.
Yeah,
of them.
you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep them in stock.
Yeah.
It can get dangerous. That kind of stuff you keep in stock.
Yep.
But yeah, cool. So, any other box art you want to talk about?
Not really that I can think of. There's if I'm walking and one catches my eye, I'll at least go look at it and kind of investigate the kit. But I will say box art doesn't stop me from buying a kit. It obviously I might look past it, but it's not going to purposely stop me from buying it.
Yeah. They definitely there have well, again, we haven't gotten to the hate part yet.
Yeah.
You might I don't know how old you were or when you started the building, if you remember a certain time period where there was some hideous box art. We'll get to that in a moment. I keep right, Mark. We got some hating to do here.
Yes, yes.
So, Irv,
Well,
I heard I think you do like a couple of box art.
I absolutely love box art because I was in printing. I was in printing for many years,
Yeah.
and I love box art. I will buy an empty box. I
Yeah.
buy them all the time.
Yeah,
I just
I've done
because a lot of my stuff, as you can see, just sits in my room, and I view the boxes. I love box art. I love the early '60s, '70s box art. Is what I'm about. I just absolutely love box art, and I could talk about box art probably 24/7. I just, I've always loved the earlier printing of boxes and the colors, and like a lot of the early Revell kits where they had the artist renderings drawing up
Yes.
of things, and even monogram, a lot of the early monograms, like the one Mark showed. They always had really interesting, good box art.
Yeah. Like
And being
this
old,
right here.
yeah, that's the kind of stuff we grew up. Mark and I grew up with,
Oh,
and
I got that kit.
Yeah.
and that's a kit. When I was a kid, I could never afford a kit like that. So like you would look at those things in the shelf, and like, it'd be like a kid in a candy store. You could look at it, but you couldn't afford to buy it.
Yeah.
So I just really, really love any early box art. Um, I don't even like. I even have some planes and stuff like that because I love the box.
Yeah.
If it's cheap enough, and it's not huge, I buy a lot of things based off the box.
Yeah.
And like these new reissues that
Yes.
and let's face it, some of those kits they've been pounding out for since the '60s, and what's in it. Like for me, that or Mark, that we know, like the 40 Fords, they've been making them constantly since
Yeah.
'60s, and what's in the box. It's not no secret. So you're not those newer kits. If I'm buying an ugly box, if it's like a 40 Ford or something, I know what's in it, so I'm not buying that for the box. I'm either buying it for parts or I'm buying it to build, just to build. But the earlier kits, like the one Mark talked about, the 40 Ford, came in, you could get that in like black, it was in gray, and it was in blue. It had the really pretty blue. And I have a couple of those early kits that are molded in that really pretty blue.
I like
And
that. I know what you're talking about. I love
it's
that.
just,
blue.
they're just amazing box arts back then. And even like talking about MPC when you showed the pro stocks, but all the funny car kits they did back then or the NASCAR kits, they had beautiful boxes on all those kits.
You did.
They were really, really nice. And even, and
Really
when
were.
I was a kid, if you could, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I always wanted to go home with something. And when I was a kid, the Palmer kits were the cheapest. They were just dirt cheap. I
Well,
always
there's a
had enough
reason.
money to buy one of them, but the box art was beautiful on them.
Yeah.
The kits were
Yeah.
crap. They were total crap, but the box arts were beautiful. They had beautiful
I don't-
box arts on
I
them.
don't remember.
Most of them were 30-second scale to boot, but
Yeah.
they were still cool.
Yep, and we'd glue all the like it had all these like custom parts that didn't really fit, and we threw everything on it. Like we I tried to use everything that was in the box. It's a whole tube of glue,
Enough glue and it'll work.
it'll work. And we would throw all the mirrors and all the antennas and like all this side pipes but they were so generic. Each one had the same wheels in it. They just were horrible, and you had to glue the sides on them. They didn't look like the car that they were supposed to look like, but they had gorgeous box art. And I find myself even today, I will. Now they've gotten. It's like I can't believe some of the prices they got for that kit because they're garbage. But that if I find one cheap enough, I'm buying it for the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palmer
I've
did
seen
make
them.
that Studebaker pickup, and I will admit,
Pretty
that's
decent.
a Palmer kit I've been after for a long time.
Yeah, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yep.
But
know
I
him.
have a bunch of Palmer kits. Some had motors in them. They had little electric motors in them, battery powered motors.
Yep.
I got a couple that are still sealed with a motor in them and stuff. But they're pretty cool. But yeah, absolutely love box art.
Yeah.
I have a lot of old box art.
Is there
I
any
will
like,
buy an ugly kit and put it in. I would buy a vintage box, and I'll put a little sticker on. I'll put a little post-it note on the end of it, saying what's in it. And I'll take a garbage box and I'll put a kit inside of it that has something else in it because the boxes were some of those boxes from the. I guess that was when was the Walmart and the Kmart boxes? Were they? Is that the '90s?
oh yeah, those
I think it
with
was.
the
Yeah.
beige checkerboards?
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
horrible and.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
I mean,
some
if
of the ugly
you know,
ones.
for us that are older that knew what's in the box, we're not buying it based off the box. You couldn't look at the box that was so ugly, but if you knew what was in it, it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, these newer reissues that they're making the old style boxes, I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for them.
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
a sucker for them every time. I'll
Do
get
you
one.
have a particular box art that like one of your favorites?
Yeah, the Revell or the Johan 69 Rebel funny car.
Yeah,
That
that's
is. Um, That is my all-time favorite box. I actually have two of those. I just got one at the Hope It Doesn't Snow show. I couldn't
Oh,
believe it
really?
was there. I got one that's the box still has the cellophane on it. It was
Oh,
opened. It was opened and it had a built kit in it. But I've been collecting parts for the one I have that I'm building as a funny car for quite a few years.
nice.
Luckily, people started selling parts on eBay. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them have been breaking down mint kits
Oh
and
yeah,
just
that's been going
parting
on
them
for a
out.
while. I've taken
So
advantage of
there were some parts I really needed to get for that, and I was able to get all the parts I needed for that. But the reason loved that kit was when in 1969, uh, I had two buddies and we were all building models, and he actually had that kit. My one buddy, Rick, had that kit, and he built it, and he had oh my goodness, it had so much paint on it.
that.
He painted it red, white, and blue, but it was like that for 50 years. And then he gave it to me, the body, he gave it to me, and I stripped it, and that paint was on there so long, you could still see the ghosting of the colors like where it was. But I mean, it was like an inch thick because we didn't know what we were doing back then. We spray painted, and it had runs and bubbles, and
Oh,
and usually
Yeah,
usually back then, I don't know what you did, Mark, but we took the inside of the box lid, and that's where we painted inside the
yeah,
Free
box.
spray. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what,
So if you
yeah,
ever
we all
get
did that.
an old vintage kit and you see the inside of it was painted, that's what we did. Everybody did that. We just
Yeah,
sprayed them inside the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
that's
So
what the
I
box
was
is
able
for.
to, and then my other buddy, Steve, he had one. He painted his orange, just all orange, and so that kit, um, means a lot to me sentimentally. But I love that kit, and it's extremely rare to find them.
Yeah, it is a
It
pretty
is. I
box art.
couldn't believe that the Hope It Don't Snow show had that. I couldn't believe
Had
it
that
was
kit.
Jerry Fraser had it, and I do a lot of buying from Jerry over the years, and he said he was getting rid of some of his stuff in his personal stash, and man, I couldn't, and he worked out a really good deal with me, and like I said, I buy a lot of stuff from him, and in fact, I gave him more money than what he asked for it because I just felt it was worth more than he was asking. But yeah, I love that kit. That's one of my most favorite. I think the box art on that's so pretty, and it's a great kit. The Joe hands were, and it's got the funny car in it, the funny car chassis and stuff, which is, more era correct than a lot of the other ones.
Oh
So
yeah, it has the old loggy
yeah,
chassis
you don't
in
have to
there.
worry about, with the Joe Hans, the interior tubs are always shallow, and everybody complained about that.
Yeah,
If you're building a funny car, you don't have to worry about that because you just got the
that's
nice
true. That's
chassis.
true.
So
Yeah.
you got the good body and you got the nice chassis, and it actually looks like it's supposed to look.
Yeah, that's a cool box art. You got any others?
Yeah, but also on that's a real car. That they did have
Yeah.
that car, and Slicks makes the decal. I have Slicks decals for that.
Oh, good thing.
So my plan is to
Well,
rebuild that and give it back to my high school buddy that
ah,
had it originally. So that's my goal.
That's
Um,
cool.
but yeah,
let
I
me
like
inter-
well, of course, Mark and I love the Tom Daniels kits, and those boxes were when I was in the height of my building days in the '70s, early '70s. That's the kits that we bought a ton of those kits
I was about to
because
interject that
yeah,
those hand drawn original Tom
yeah,
Daniel kits. I was
they
waiting
were.
for you to get around to it.
Do we have any
Yep.
pictures of them?
I don't have pictures. I got a ton of the kits.
Well,
Which
yeah, all the Tom
There we
Daniel
go.
kits.
look there. Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
Yeah,
that
there
from the
you
new
go.
one?
that's the new one.
I'm not sure. These were actually given to me, so I'm not sure when they were done. Nothing.
Yeah, I all those Tom Daniel kits are. I like them
Yeah,
all.
beer
Oh
wagon.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
that's pretty
I think
cool.
my
I
favorite
like
out
the
of
beer
all
wagon.
of them was as far as the box art go was between, of course, the pie wagon. I cannot do that without that one. But I think the as far as box art goes, pie wagon and Tijuana Taxi were probably my top two, and then the paddy wagon after that, and then the beer wagon. But as a kid, as soon as I saw it, I didn't even know who Tom Daniel was at the time when I was a kid. But
Yep, we
hey,
didn't.
the cars were cool, the boxes were cool, and I had to have them.
Yep.
That's like the early days of Hot Wheels cars when they came out. That all that
Oh,
stuff
Absolutely.
kind of went
The,
together. The bright colors and
yeah, the
we were
Diora and the bubble tops, all of those
yep,
early, really first Hot Wheels. Yeah,
yeah,
Then if you get the Tom Daniels Fast Buck kit, that's actually like a little
yeah,
piggy bank.
yeah. It is. It's a
yep.
bank.
I always liked the garbage truck because when I a little hobby store in Gettysburg, Gilbert's Hobby Store, they
Right at the
had a
train track.
promotional built one from the factory, and it was beautiful. Well, especially as a kid, it was beautiful because you never could build nothing that nice. But that was always my favorite because they had one built in the store, and
Yeah,
the other one I like, and the beer wagon. I always like the beer wagon because we built a bunch of beer wagons, and I know this isn't the Tom Daniel one, but the Boot Hill Express. I love the
yeah.
Boot Hill Express. That kit I've built at least 3 times, and I actually don't like the last one I did, and I'm thinking about doing that and again. I got a couple of those. Um, I like that goofy. I know
Show
it's
rod.
not. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
show
kind of
rods are
like
cool.
impractical, goofy, kind of oddball look. Like if you weren't in the '60s, you probably don't. Most of the people I know that if you didn't live it, you're not into it, and that's fine.
yeah.
It's just, but I know Mark and I we love that stuff. It's
Oh
we
yeah,
could probably talk a whole show on just
just that.
It's
those
come up a few
kits,
times.
and they're pretty easy builds. It's not
Yeah, they are.
they're good stump busters because they're not. Most of them aren't complicated. The
No,
painting
they're not at all.
can be a little tricky if you have to like a bunch of colors on them to mask off and stuff like that. If you want to do them, the right way or nice, but they're just fun. They're predictable. They're fun. They're just like they're no brainers. I guess would be the best way. But a lot of the early monogram kits had some beautiful boxes, like
They did.
the Sport 32, the original monogram. it was like a 1/20th scale. It was a little bit out of scale. The sides you had to glue on it. It was red. Oh, the early monograms, they came like in multicolors. Like that kit came in red and black, and I think it might have had some white in there too. Or like the bad man, the 55 Chevy,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original kit was a stock 55 with custom parts, and you had to put the top on it. It was convertible. You had to put the top on it. That's what the
Really?
yeah, that kit
I didn't know
started
that.
as, and I got a couple of those.
Oh my goodness.
They came in turquoise. You get turquoise, white, and black, or you could get red, white, and black. I don't know if they came in any other colors or not, but I think I got 3 or 4 of them up there. I got 3.
Originals. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they made
Wow.
them for quite a while. They're really nice. A lot of the early monogram, like the Predicta, the box art on that, the original ones, I have a couple of those. They're beautiful. They're just beautiful boxes. And the kits are, if you're into that, that's what we liked. The kits are very, very nice. But I was
Yeah.
always a monogram fan when I was younger. I think because they
Yeah.
were easier
I
to put
was too.
together. Um,
Yeah.
I had,
24th scale.
yeah,
24 scale.
they were a little bit easier. They were simpler, but I thought the engravings were better. I thought they looked more like what
They
they were
did.
supposed to
They
look
did.
like. Um, but you can't go wrong with the old AMT 3-in-1 kits. And a lot of those boxes were beautiful too. I mean, I have a lot of those boxes, but those are some of the ones I really like. But man, it was tough picking a favorite because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably find 20. The 53 Ford AMT, the pickup. My grandparents, my uncle, when we go visit, he still lived at home, and he had one of them sitting up on the mantle, the box. And I used to stare at that as a kid. That's when I was pretty young, and I guess because of that, I'm very fond of that box. I built a box art car very similar to that, and I must have 5 or 6 of those original ones. I got one of those molded in blue too, that real pretty blue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a favorite. Um, you know, a lot of the old AMT kits are beautiful, but yeah, that Tom Daniels, the school bus. I like the school bus. Tijuana taxi. Rommel's rod. I mean, I just can't go wrong at my house with one of those. So even though a lot of the old Joe Hand kits, the box arts were really, I think in
Johan
general,
always.
most of the
They,
automotive box arts back in the day were just, a lot of them were drawings, or real photographs, or they just really. I don't know. I think there was an art to it back in the day. I
like
guess.
that.
Yep, that's one of
That's
mine. Yep,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's one of the early MPC kits.
Yeah, the early 65 Corvette.
Yeah, I think
I've
the
never
first
seen that.
one they did was the '64.
I have
But
never seen that box art before. You sent
yeah,
that to me, and I was like, "Wow, that's nice." It's showing the chute coming out and
it,
everything. And you sent a picture. It came with the
yeah,
chute.
came with a chute. Yeah,
It looks like it's like vacuum formed or something. But that's
yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah.
And
was
had
going to
string
say
had
the
string
cool
in with
thing
it.
with that was it says with drag chute driver figure on the
Yep,
box.
yep,
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a driver figure for something else back then, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
yep. Operating springs. It had the springs in it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the little metal springs for the front.
Well, this podcast is getting real expensive real quick.
Yeah.
Right. You're writing a list. Huh?
Yeah.
Are you making notes?
Don't ever come to my house and look at what I got, because
Oh,
yeah,
You
I have a lot of old
got a lot of
boxes.
stuff.
I'll be passing you in October.
Well, my collection looks impressive, but it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have all those kits in them. But it looks impressive. But a lot of them have other things in them. But I'm a box art nut. I mean,
yeah.
I love the old box art.
Well,
It,
that
I know
have any of you
Irvin,
done this? Is you built the model, and I think you said something. You do this, Irv. Is you built the model, and but you love the box art so much you don't want to throw the box art, so you might buy some bag kit or some garbage kit or whatever You just kind of throw it in there. I've done that so many times. Sometimes that's dangerous because then I forget, what did I do with that? I remember I bought at the swap meet this bagged whatever. Where the heck is it? And then,
I've got one or two of those.
10 years later, you find it. But just because I want to keep the box art, there's so many like other models or unfinished projects that the box was nothing. And you end up putting it in the cool box art to be able to put it back up on the shelf because it looks so cool. Because that was the thing for me was when I first joined my first model car club and I didn't have, I had one or two kits at home. I went to these older guys' house and they had their model rooms with all these model kits. And these guys had the kits like what you and me were talking about, Lewis, is all those MPC NASCAR and drag cars and all that. And that's when I first saw the Grumpy's Toy Camaro and immediately, okay, that's a holy grail for me. And so those guys were like, made me go, man, box art's cool. And I want to have a room full of model kits.
Yep. The guy that got me into my first model club, he actually still has a mint condition Motown missile sitting there.
Ooh.
And I've been trying to buy it from him for at least 20 years now.
Yeah.
He won't come off of it.
Yeah, that's
I've sold.
I have an old buddy of mine that was like that he had a couple kits and it's like, you ever want to sell that, man?
Yep.
I've sold mint kits that I've sold to people who were going to build them, and I've sold them and I kept the box. Like I sold them the kit, and I kept the box because I love the box, and they wanted to build the kit, and to me the box was more important. For me, a lot of the box is more important than the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've sold them like that already. If it's something I'm not like really connected to, and someone wants to buy it, I've sold. If they're a builder, I don't sell it to collectors like that. But if they're gonna build it, I know they're gonna build it. I will do that. I've done that in the past. So, but yeah, I'm a sucker for box art. I mean,
I
I
am
just.
I think if I remember correctly, Luka received an empty box one time because he wanted the box art.
Yeah, I bought a lot of boxes,
Well-
just empty boxes.
The funny thing about that is that was
I
that
bought empty
Sox and
boxes.
Martin. That was the Sox and Martin kit. And
Yeah,
the thing about it, let's see. Yeah, it was this kit right here.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it is I had a perfect kit still in a bag. I had a complete Sox and Martin duster, had it for years. And sometimes he doesn't like his name said, so I won't say him, but
Yeah.
you guys know who he is.
Yeah.
And he hooked me up with that, because he had bought, this guy had a big collection. He sent me, look here, and this is just a box. And I go, yeah.
Yeah, you done a video, an open box video.
Yeah,
of each
yeah.
box.
Yep, that was
There's a California Flash box for sale on eBay right now. Just the box.
Yep.
$80.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
believe it.
crazy.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask y'all this, because I don't know a lot of the box art, and you want to save the box. Why not just take the top, cut it at the corner, and that way you can lay it flat and still have all four sides of the box of the box art.
it's a mortal sin.
I don't want to cut it.
Quite honestly,
I know. I opened the box one time, done an open box video, and I took my hobby knife and I cut the plastic and I went across the top of it. And somebody said, "I can't believe you opened that box." I'm like, "It's a box to me."
Well, if it's a new like these reissued ones, if it's a new one, I don't care about
I don't
those as
remember
much.
what kit it was.
Yeah.
I have no
But-
idea.
Yeah,
what it
Yeah.
the original stuff. That's a different story.
yeah,
That-
but like a new one. Although
That Johan funny car box, I've seen it go for $100 on eBay.
Oh, I believe that.
Just a box.
I believe that.
Crazy.
I saw a mint one sealed in plastic. It went for $1,000.
Good grief almighty.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's that Johan
You
Olds
don't see it.
442
You just
funny
don't
car.
see it out there.
I saw
Wow.
it go for $1,200 one time.
Yeah, you
There
don't
was
see
a
that
guy
kit out
at,
there.
there was a guy at Toledo years ago he was there every year, and all he had, his entire row of tables were nothing but boxes.
Yep.
And it was just vintage boxes, and they
Oh,
were in
yeah.
pretty good shape. Some of them were a little rough, but most of them were in really good shape. And he was getting top dollar for them back then.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You remember when Scale Auto Enthusiasts years ago they did kind of a, I think it was one of their April Fools thing, but they did the air box
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
article. Remember that? And they had a special gauge to tell if it wasn't, that could tell the air pressure in the box or whatever if there wasn't a kid in it. Not that you could lift it up and no, there's no kid in there. But that was one of their goofy April Fools jokes. And speaking of, a box art that means something to me, this isn't one of my favorites. I wasn't going to really talk about it. I just have it back here. I actually have a video coming out on this kit. But this, when you talk about sentimental value, this is a kit that's extremely sentimental to me. And, 1976. The box art was so cool back then, even with the stock cars. I love this. But you'll have to watch my video on this or why this is so special to me. But yeah, box art, it does. It's like what you were saying, Irv. Just seeing that one that was up on, what was you said, your grandfather's mantle?
Yeah, it was some of my grandparents. It was up on the mantle.
Yeah.
And when I was 3 years old, my grandfather was ill, and they moved his bed down into the living room. I don't remember a lot about that. I remember the color of the walls. I remember that kit, and I remember my grandfather teasing me. I had a gun and a holster and a cowboy hat, and he was teasing me about it. That's about all I can remember of that. But
You
that
remember
kit
that
was
kit?
that kit was on that mantle for years after that. It was always there when I went there. So it was, and I never opened it up. I don't even know if my uncle had the kit anymore or not. But it was just
Hmm.
sitting there and
Interesting.
for years. I don't even know what ever happened to that. But yeah, just those early AMT boxes were, like the 40 Ford, the 53 Ford, the 36 Ford, the 49 Ford, 50 Ford. They were all beautiful.
Yeah,
And like I
I always
said,
like the 50
like
Ford.
those 36 Fords, you can find them everywhere. I mean, that was a really popular kit back in the day, and you can
Yeah.
pick them up. Like I said, you can pick up original ones pretty cheap because
Yeah,
they must have made a million of them.
probably.
You can see those kits; they're pretty common. The 40, the original issues or the earlier issues. There's a lot of them still out there. You see them a lot, you know. And I'm always a player if they're cheap enough.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let's put something up. I'll take one of the ugly boxes and just put it all in that box
Yeah, exactly.
and throw the ugly box out. So
Yep, exactly. That reminds me. I just realized. So I just picked up the 72 Duster. Although the box art is really beautiful, but I have right here. I got it in one of Andy's collection. It was just a box. This is just a box with this kit right here.
Yeah.
And it's the original. It's ratty, but it's the original. Look at there's the price tag. Can you see what it says there, guys?
oh yeah,
It's
$1.75.
$1.79. I can't see the name of the place, but this is such a cool box art that I said when I was going to get the 72 Duster that's out now, I was going to go ahead and take all the guts and put it in here and keep it that way. But that kit also looks. I might have to buy another one to put in here then, because that actually is pretty nice box art. That what's his name? Jeff Allison, who's their artist. Man, he knocked that one out of the park. He's creating some classic box art. That guy, the Sundowner. That was all him, man.
Well, that's been a great mark. I mean, they've been pounding some of those kits, not all of the reissues, but a lot of those earlier reissues that they've been pounding out for years. They got to do something different.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
the old style box art, us old guys, we're a sucker for that every time.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, sir.
I've been saying, like, because they did those the Grumpy toy.
Yep.
I think they should do what they do have, whatever, even close to it, like that Grumpy's Toy 8, the Camaro up there. I did in a video, hoping that they were listening to me, is, yeah, you know, since you did the Grumpy's Toy Vega in that traditional box art, the old box art, it doesn't have to be the actual kit. You can take that, pretty much maybe do a hood scoop or something, but the Baldwin Motion Camaro, you can build a Grumpy's Toy. It has everything to build a Grumpy's Toy in it. Everything that he ran, just come up with a Grump lump, throw it in there, and then do that box art, and just have a retro Grumpy's Toy box art. That would be so cool to do.
That's what sells a lot of them right now. Those
Yeah,
earlier
it
kits.
does. It does.
Yeah,
I know when those Vegas came out, man, that was a hot thing for a bit.
Yep, that's the Jungle Gym funny car, the Camaro they just re-released.
Yeah,
Horrible kit,
yeah,
but the box was awesome.
yeah.
Now, as far as new kits, this one, like I'm not even a big fan of this car, but the box on this is beautiful. I bought one just for the,
Mobius
you know,
beautiful.
Which one is that? The Mobius?
yeah, the new
Mobius is doing a
the one
killer
that Sean
job
did the
your
artwork
box.
on. This is a beautiful box.
Yeah, they do when they started doing kits, car kits like that, and was it the Ford kits that was their first foray into model cars, even though it was truck. And I want to say their first Ford truck they did was the '69 short bed with the straight six, and that box art it's in the aqua color, kind of, or that seafoam green color, and that box art, I bought 2 of those kits immediately. The box art itself just looks so fantastic.
And so I think their first kits were the Hudson Hornets, weren't they?
Nah, it was the Hudson Hornets, which those were great looking box
They are.
art.
They're
awesome
good boxes.
But the first Ford truck they did was that '69, and that box art, that was like out of the ballpark. As a matter of fact, if I recall correctly, that was done in paired with, because it had Model King on it. So Dave Burkett was involved with that kit when that came out, and I got 2 of them. That is such a beautiful looking box art. I love it. And after I build it, I'm going to keep one of those. I'm definitely going to keep one of those if I build both of them. Like, I'm going to build both of them, right? Don't laugh at me. Irv, you got any other box art that you're going to talk about before I take over?
No, go ahead. I talked enough.
Oh, all right. Well, I got a lot to say. Don't you figure? But one particular box art I got a couple of favorites I'm going to go over, but I have, which I'm going to get into when it comes to box art, I have a favorite series. But before we get into that, I want to talk about a couple of box arts that I think are just, man, they just blow my, when I saw them. Lewis, you're going to like this one. This is one of my favorites, and I have this one. I don't have the kit, but I have the box art, and I have some junk in the box. I don't know what's in it. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
And I have those decals, and I don't know if I'm going to send those off to STS to redo them, or if I can make the old ones work. I don't know. I want to build that car right there.
Yeah.
But I will use, the Baldwin Motion kit or something like that. But that is such a cool, beautiful box art. And that one kind of goes side by side with that 73 that you like.
And all those Camaros were gorgeous.
Yeah, the box. Man.
And any action shots like that.
Yeah.
I mean, launching right off. I mean, yeah. How do you not love that?
Action shots are cool. And then there was this point in time, Monogram, when in the 80s, I loved some of their box art with the 80s when they were doing, actually at the time would have been modern muscle cars.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
They would do the lighting. They would do a picture of the built model, but the lighting, and one of my favorites.
Yep.
I just love that. And I had one of those. I had an 83 Trans Am black with gold.
Now, I was fully expecting you to pull up the Mean and Nasty Camaro.
Oh, the mean. Yeah, you're right. That one. That's another one that falls into that realm. The Mean
Yep.
and Nasty had that gorgeous background, and yeah, it's too bad I don't have one of the pictures. But everybody knows the Mean and Nasty.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one. That one is exciting to me. Like if anybody saw that one video, my friend owns the box art car.
Yep.
He bought it at an auction they were doing at Salt Lake years ago. And I want to build the Mean and Nasty car out of the box and go do a video and put my car next to the actual box art car and do a little video of it. Hopefully, I do that one day. But
Well, you
yeah,
end up doing that, you let me know. I'll go buy one.
all righty, cool, cool. Yeah, that is such a when I went into his room and I was shooting a video because we had a model meeting there, and he said, "Yeah, that's the actual box art car." I didn't realize it was, and it's really interesting to look at it up close of how it kind of cobbled together a few things, because the kit wasn't made yet when they did the box art. Because I think the decals seemed like they were like cut out of paper and kind of laid onto it or something like that. They were very weird looking, but the car was actually really well built. The paint was nice on it, but yeah, you're right. That era, which is going to be coming into play here, is something else I want to talk about with Monogram. Monogram was knocking it out of the ballpark in the mid '80s with their box art, but with their muscle cars and like that, I always loved how they had that model kind of on a reflective floor,
Mm-hmm.
but the background they would backlight. It would be green or this. I always liked this one because it just was this nice pink or magenta look. I love
mauve.
magenta.
Yep.
It's so beautiful. But I have to bring up as a favorite box art because when it goes into the thing of what caused me to buy a kit and fall in love with a kit and fall in love with a particular car that before I found this kit I didn't have interest in. Mark, you got to know. That's my version of the 44 that brings me warmness in my little heart because it was about my third model car I'm going to go buy to build when I started getting serious in model building. Looking around, but it was on the side here. That right there with the black fenders and the blue, that grabbed me. That caught me right there. That's what grabbed me, and I wanted to build that model, and we all know that story after that. But that, I never knew much about. I didn't pay much attention to cars pre 55, and fat fender cars didn't do anything for me. But I fell in love with the 40 Ford because of that kit, and I built that kit, and it brought me to that point. It was the funnest kit I ever built. I had so much joy, and like you were talking, Irv, when you open that kit, that's one of those that had that beautiful blue. The plastic had this light blue look to it. I found it fascinating. Everything about that kit was just such a joy to build, and I enjoyed it so much. And I just have this thing about I've built 3 of them now, blue with black fenders. That blue with black fenders on the side, man. And it was that falls into the case of does the box art get you to buy something? Because I don't think I would have ever bought the 40 Ford in any of the other box art. It was that box art that grabbed me and created that love for that kit. But where I go into what my favorite box art is, and there's so many of them, but there was the series of box art, and it was in the 80s, and it was when Monogram did all their race cars, but it was that box art there.
Yep.
The paintings of the race cars, and like you said, Mark, the action shots, but they were painted.
Mm-hmm.
But these were done by the particular run I'm talking about are the ones that were done by this artist right here, David Lord. He passed away about 7 years ago, but this guy he specialized in motorsports artwork, and Monogram contracted him to do these wonderful box art, and they did. There were so many of them. There was of course, everybody knows.
Oh
the
yeah.
Rear Morrison Camaro.
Yep.
and you had the Frank Iaconio Camaro, but he also did, the the GTP Mustangs, and of
I
course
like
a
that
lot
one.
of the NASCAR. The,
Yeah.
they were so beautiful and I mean, just the action shots and the other cars in the background. It was always so cool, his style of artwork. But there was one that when I would go to the model store that I frequent all the time, and I was of the belief that I had to buy a kit, go home and build it before I go buy another one. Isn't that silly thinking? That's what I thought you had to do. So I'm trying to pick out a model, and at that time I was building mostly muscle cars and stuff. I wasn't doing a lot of race cars. I wasn't into the race car thing quite yet. And I kept looking at this one, but I was almost like maybe intimidated. I didn't understand it. But I would stare at the Ricky Smith Thunderbird. This is actually a single print. This is not the box. I love this shot. This print went up for auction, and if I would have known about it, I would have tried to bought it. I would love to have that hanging on my wall. But they sold a bunch of print of the original prints of John Lord's. That's a different guy. David Lord's artwork. But this one, I just remember staring at it and just, wow, that car is so beautiful. And I've told the story about this, but that car happened to end up at a automotive shop sitting in the parking lot for some reason. I never found out why. Just down the street from that hobby shop that I saw that box art. And so I got to go up and look at that car in person, and that's one of my favorite pro stocks is Ricky Smith's that pro stock. But that's probably my ultimate favorite box art. If I gotta pick one, it's so cool. But all of David Lord's things, and what was so cool is we saw the Camaro Pro stock of Frank Iaconio and the rear Morrison. I mean, that was like those two cars, man. They were making big. Those two were always going at it, remember? And they were on the cover of Hot Rod magazine and stuff. It was so cool back in like 2016, 2018 that Revell, when they brought those kits back for one last time, they used his old artwork. It was a new box, but they used his old artwork, which I thought was so cool. And of course, had to buy them.
Why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been like 2014 because I was in college and I saw that was coming back out, and I would come to the hobby shop every day waiting for those cars to hit that shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the rear Morrison came out in
I remember days like that.
And then like around 2017 or 18 that Frank Iaconio. And from what I understand, I don't think we're ever going to see those again because the new company let those molds just sit in China and they vanished. And I don't think we're ever going to see those pro stocks again. Good thing they did fire them off one last time though, 10 years ago. But yeah, that was those that artwork that he did. I remember when they started phasing out his artwork and they started just putting a picture of the model on the box, like especially of the NASCARs, and it lost its feeling. I think the last one that was his artwork was the Tide Monte Carlo. Do you remember that, Mark?
Yes.
I think that was his last one. Let me look. I have them all in order, but yeah, that and the Tide Monte Carlo came out, and also the Hardee's Oldsmobile of Cale Yarborough's. Those were the last David Lord paintings. Later on, they brought paintings back, but remember, Sam Bass was hot in the '90s, so they started using Sam Bass's artwork.
Using Sam
not
Bass.
Sam Bass, but Sam Bass is no David Lord. I'm sorry. I see a difference in the painting, and I got to go back to those old David Lord paintings. They were just so beautiful. And I saw something when we were talking a few episodes back about the new museum, and we were showing pictures that we got a hold of the new museum, the international. What is it called? I always screw the name up. Mark, help me. Is it the international?
You talking about the museum or the place
museum.
that moved to?
No, the museum itself.
For model cars. The
for model
International
cars.
Model Builders. Yeah.
International Model Builders Museum. I'm killing it. I never can
Yeah.
remember it, but I love that thing. But I noticed they had a few of David Lord's prints on the wall, so they have gotten a hold of them
Oh.
in the museum. So that's pretty cool. So that he's a part of our hobby because those were
Yeah, he is.
iconic kits that ran for a long time. But those are my favorite. But guys, we got to throw a little hate here. There was a time period that was really bleak. I don't know what was happening, but there was a the model company that owned MPC and AMT, but they would put everything out under AMT, I believe. It was like they didn't care. And please, I don't mean to hurt anybody's eyes. I'm going to pull these up, but these had to be the most god awful box art ever frickin' created.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
And that wouldn't
Yeah.
sell that car. That wouldn't sell that kit. And this one absolutely here horrific.
Yep.
And what we're showing for you, those of you guys who are just listening, this was when right before round 2 models bought AMT and MPC. RC2, that was the Racing Champions 2. They were putting out kits with, I don't know, their choice of coloring for background, their choice of backgrounds. They were just, I'll take them off. That hurts the eye.
Those were just bad photographs too.
It-
of
they're
the
so
model
generic.
They
or
were terrible
drawing or
photographs
whatever.
of a built
Yeah.
car,
Yeah.
probably thrown together. They didn't look like they really put a lot of effort into the build.
Well,
And
that's
the
what I
background.
was going to say is,
Ugh.
yeah, they didn't look like, I mean, if you're going to do the actual kit on the box, have somebody that can build it. Don't take it
Yeah,
home and
you're
let
trying
your
to sell
6-year-old do
everything.
it.
Don't get one of the secretaries from up front.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, from what I've heard, that a lot of the kit builders that would build those for the companies, they didn't have they had a very short window that they had to blow them together. Some of those didn't even have chrome bumpers. They had them painted silver. They didn't put glass in them.
Yeah.
They had there was a uglier boxes than the ones you shown were the ones where they weren't even chrome plated. They sent them test pulls, no glass in them, and they airbrushed the glass at once they got it back. And so I don't know if I could if I would really blame the builder because he's got a really short timeline. I think it's more the designer is where
Yeah.
if you're gonna have someone fall on the sword, I'd blame the designer and not the builder.
I want it to be a really broad sword, like
That's
one
a
of
good
the
point. That's a good point.
up
Take
in
out the whole room. Yeah, who was ever was
yeah,
in charge
Mike,
of the
it's
art back
Scottish.
then clearly didn't understand marketing.
No,
Clearly didn't understand
No.
art because to me
That's right.
they were just kind of
Yeah.
thrown together.
that's just bad.
Um,
That's just bad. That's just
It
not.
almost looks like they might have been colorblind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the front wheel on that kit you just showed had the tuner
Yeah.
lean.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not well built
yeah.
at all.
That's not good. Not good.
So
I
I
remember
would
one I
put more of the
remember-
blame not on the builder, but on the
No, I definitely wouldn't blame the builder, but you know, that just they just got somebody to throw them. They didn't take the love and care, and it shows. But you see the box art today, whether they use a real built model or like today, round 2 models is taking the time to have an artist, a really good artist on their payroll that does that beautiful box art.
I
And
think
I
they have
re-
to.
Yeah.
Well, you would
They have
think
to because
somebody would,
that's the market has changed. It's not like it was. The market is, it's I mean the buyer has clearly made it known that they want a nicer box art or they're not going to buy it. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, so if you're trying to appeal to somebody that is buying that kit, and I know a lot of you hear a lot of haters on Facebook. They say, "I just bought this kit," and they don't know the history of the kit, and they think it's like a new mold or something like that. And
Right,
it's a
yeah.
it's a 50-year-old mold that they've been kicking out for forever, and
A long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I
There's a
think
reason.
a lot of that has to play in it too. But yeah, there for a while they should whoever was doing their box art, they should have fired them.
It fired
They
him bad.
clearly were not.
Really fired him really hard.
Yeah.
Real hard.
Well,
Yeah, because I know when. Go ahead, Mark.
two of my pet peeves. I love T buckets, but one AMT and one Revell, they did the box art where they had the car, the front wheel right in your face, and the spokes were so out of scale. You know how big those spokes are anyway.
Yeah.
And they're right in your face. And I'm like, man. And I like to use photo etch spokes or
Yeah.
things like that. But man, it just was not appealing
I remember
at
that.
all.
Yeah,
But-
that was a poor photography choice.
Yeah. Well, you would think they could have turned it around or something. to
Yeah,
make
there's
it
definitely better
a little
angles in
different
that
angle
model.
or lighting.
It sounds like
Photoshop.
someone had a cool
Going
idea.
to get it out and get it done instead of putting some time and effort in it. And I'll
Yeah.
agree with Matt. Some of the round two videos that they've been doing lately on what's to come, the box art is appealing. It
Yeah.
makes you want to buy the kit instead of
It
like
inspires you.
I know Lewis showed earlier an AMT 57 Chevy, and I think I got the 12 scale. I think it's a 57 Chevy, and
Yeah.
the box art is like it's just ugly.
Or
There's no there's
And
no
the sad
thought.
thing is, some of those are good kits.
That
is
one's
a very-
amazing.
That's
that's a good
great
kit.
and that's the one that has the photo etch in it.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think-
when you buy those, you want to get that one.
Yeah.
I think something else to keep in mind too is like when Ertl was selling kits to Kmart and Walmart, they tell Walmart and Kmart, they tell them what price point they got to be in, so they can't spend a lot of extra money on different things if they want to make a profit on some of that stuff, even though it might not sell because it's ugly. I think a lot of that they were kicking a lot of that stuff over to Walmart or Kmart, and they had a theme kind of like. I think a lot of those boxes look pretty much the same, except they had a
Yeah.
different car in them.
Yeah.
But to do that, they did it like that. I think because it's cheaper to produce it to do the design on it. If you're just changing out the car, you don't really have to redo the artwork per se.
Yeah. I remember
So-
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
that
have
was
a-
fancy. It had little lettering and stuff all over it, didn't it? Like little.
This is a fancier one. That was their Millennium series that came out.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in '99.
Yeah,
And that was the thing about this, and I had this picture on my phone because I was discussing it on Facebook with a friend. Is that was the first time they brought back the old AMT kit cars. The Mopar, the Chrysler kit cars.
Yeah. The kit
That was
cars.
the first one they brought back, and that's how they brought it back. When there was 4 of them, and they were beautiful box art. Now they've brought a lot of the box art back, but like the John Cushman Duster, and of course Richard Petty's Dart. That's what they did. Which that was the old Stewart, Stewart. I can't remember his name. Stewart. I don't know who his name. But anyways, that kit. They just kind of put this generic thing out, and they really didn't try to make it look appealing at all. And I bought a bunch of them because I knew what it was. But there's a lot of people that go, "That's ugly. I'm not buying that." And they had no idea what they were passing up on. It was like one of the coolest race car kits engineered back in the 70s. That even today, that those things are awesome. Those are amazing kits. They're so accurate to the real thing. But that was terrible marketing for that. And the ones you were talking about, Irv, was those checkerboard ones that they had at yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
I bought a ton of those because they were cheap. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that's why we bought them.
Do I have?
I think today's market, you have more like they're looking at the collector. They're looking at not just a modeler; they're looking at people as a collector. I think the Walmart and the Kmart were sold more for parents buying for their kids to build,
Exactly.
like maybe for Christmas or whatever. But I think today's market, it's more selective and it's more about the collector side of the market more so than maybe the builder side of the market.
You're very right. And you're right about, the price point. They had to keep it as cheap as possible with the artwork. But still, I'm just not going to give an excuse for that. I'm not. I'm not. I have none of those. I had them in my. I slowly got them out of my stash by either building them or trading them off. For if a new one came out, I'd buy the newer box art and get rid of that ugliness. That's how snobby I am about box art. Or they might be tucked away in here where I don't have to look at them. That's sometimes best thing to do. But wow, so there we go.
Well, we're ending on a really bad note then.
let's talk about
Yeah, that was
something
really
nice
positive.
before we end it. Let's end this whole podcast on a nice note. Model cars are cool. We know that. They're fun. But any of you guys, real quick, let's go around. We'll start with you again, Mark. You got anything going on your channel? Talk about it. What's the latest video you got out?
I'm doing a build series on a Tiny Lund 1969 Camaro for the USAC build.
Right.
And I've also got a Tom Daniel thing that I'll tell you about later, but it's going to be kind of cool.
Right on.
But that's what's on the bench right now.
Brian, what do you got on the bench?
Too much. I'm working on an Alpha. What is it? 458 Special.
Oh,
the 37 Ford pickup group build. The USAC. Yeah, that's all. I'm right now I got the USAC on the bench, but
yeah, we got about.
I'm not a person that does multiple kits at one time, and I'm kind of wore out mind wise. What am I thinking? How am I going to do this one with this one? How am I going to do that with this one? I'm overthinking everything. I'm bad about overthinking. I'm way overthinking everything now.
Lewis?
I think we all do that to a degree too, though.
Yeah.
Always. That's what
I really don't have much going on. So early October I tore my bicep completely. So
ouch.
I had surgery October 15th and I still don't have feeling back in my arm and down in my hand. So I've been playing with
That's your dominant hand, right?
Yep.
What did you do? What happened?
I was picking up my tool cart at work and tore my bicep from my forearm. So been kind of just honestly organizing, going through stuff, seeing what I want to get rid of. And I do have some 3D printed, like the little cartoon cars. And I've been playing with one of them. I'm going to try to get it done before Ricky's Model Cars and Coffee show.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, that's really about it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope you're healing up and everything going to come back.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. And because I tell you, if a lot of you don't know about Lewis, I mean, his models, he just came on the scene a few years back and just was killing us all, man. His stuff is amazing. Turns out this guy, he's got a loaded gun, in his jacket. He comes from the real painting world, and he's done some high end cars. I've seen his work on real cars. So the guy knows about paint. He can lay that down, but it's not always just paint, because I've seen people lay good paint, but they're not good model builders. So your model building is outstanding, and you'll get everything back, and we're looking forward to seeing what you come up with, because I got some things for you I want to send you. I look forward to seeing you build. So right on.
Thank you.
Get better, bud. Irv, I guess we'll listen to you for a little bit, for just a couple. I'll give you 1 minute.
I got I got like 6 things, 8 things, 10 things going. I started a 50 Merc Woody wagon. That's going to be a mild custom. I got another one of these. Oh, this is going to be my idea for that. So I still have to do the lettering, but kind of got that thing going. I'm sorry?
Is that the Chevy?
Yeah, the Chevy. Yep.
Chevy, like
Yeah.
bread van, milk van, bread van, or mail.
Yeah. So the body
Truck.
work, the body work's all done. I'm ready for final primer, and then I got to decide which direction I'm going with that. My '69 Riviera, I stripped it and repainted that a different color, and I'm gonna get the top ready for doing all the effects I want to do on it. And then I got Monday posting, or actually Monday will be I have a how-to on gold leaf and pinstriping, outlining.
Nice.
And I just got 2 new sets of wheels in from Ryan from Z-Force. I'm painting them up now, so I'll probably be posting them maybe Wednesday.
Excellent.
I might have to watch for that gold leafing. I'm
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I am definitely going
it's
to be watching that.
That's a fun process.
it is. I think people should not just watch my vid. I watched like a ton of like the real guys do it. Just
well.
I
Yeah,
think
I get that, but it's doing it in scale.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
I probably didn't do enough on about the pinstriping. I kind of went kind of fast, so I might do an extra video on how just to outline the lettering. But we'll see. So
The one-
yeah, other than that, nothing going on. Yeah, just
The one thing about the gold leafing or silver leafing or anything like that, what I have in my head tried to engineer for years is if you could do it to do that machining, make a tool that you could do the machining, the little spins there.
You're talking about
Like
engine
scale.
turning.
yeah.
Doug White
What-
just done a video on
Yeah,
engine.
Doug
Did he?
Doug did a good
Yeah.
one, but he
Yeah.
worked
He
with
did a real good
aluminum.
one on that.
Yeah,
He did
worked
his on
really
check
aluminum.
that out. I
I
didn't see that come
actually
up.
have 2 tools that's on my video. If you watch it, that I used it for the gold leaf, and then I also tried a different tool on bare metal foil that got a really good result. So
Really?
that's both of them will
I'm-
be
I'm
that.
interested
That's
in
You,
on
you already
Monday.
did that video?
It'll be up Monday night.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm looking
5.
forward to seeing that. I'll have to look up
Very
Doug's
interesting.
video
Very
then.
Yeah.
I-
So
'Cause that has been something I've been trying to to be able to replicate that that they just would take a
Yeah.
brush and do that machine look.
And that and like taking sometimes they'll take like a grinder to a car,
yeah.
Oh
handy
yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be real interested in how to replicate that look as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
now
the,
my brain hurts.
The tool I used for the bare metal foil, I actually did that on my drill because the foil's kind of hardy. It doesn't, of course, if you don't want it to scratch, it would scratch. But when you're intentionally trying to scratch it, it, it's the way it works.
Stubborn.
If you don't want it to do it, it'll do it. And if you want it to do it, you can't get it to do it.
Right.
So I discovered 2 pieces of tooling that is pretty available that I think would work. Again, the foiling, that shop van I did, that's the first time I ever did it. I did like 1 or 2 little tests and then I just went for it. And it didn't turn out too bad. I think if I do it again, I know, I think I can do it better than what I did. But
Forward to seeing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's I had a lot of requests for it, so but again, I watched a ton. This custom painting and stuff. I watched like the real guys do it, and then I tried to adapt it to
Right. Yeah.
our scale because to do it on our scale, I think is harder than doing it like in big scale. Like
Oh, yeah.
cutting this tape and making like the low rider guys. I don't want to give all my stuff away, but the low rider guys are the ones that showed me how to cut tape thinner to make the compound curves and stuff like that. Those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
looked at any of those paint jobs at
Yes.
down at Acme this year from the guys from out west, I mean, I spent more time looking at those paint jobs, and that one guy, he was amazing. I mean, it's
Yep.
just his
Armando
stuff was
Flores.
it was almost
Armando, yeah.
perfect. Like
Yeah, I've gotten.
he's
to
got
see
it
his
down.
stuff.
He's really got it down, and I was fascinated by that. Those guys,
I've
they
been.
are very, very good.
I have been seeing those guys with their paint jobs for years at the shows out here in the Southwest, and they
They don't get
they
enough
know
credit.
how to do that stuff.
No, they don't.
It's they got the patience
Some talent.
Yeah.
God to do
Yeah.
all that tape
Yeah,
work
it's
and then retape.
yeah.
retape, spray this.
Yeah.
The patience to do something like that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
top
a
of my
lot
van,
work.
I retaped that edge, that gold edge. I retaped that 4 or 5 times when I was doing that. So it's very time consuming to do it right. But those guys are really good. I mean, if I was having a model show and I was giving out best paint awards, it wouldn't be some lacquer jelly bean that just had smooth lacquer on it. It'd be something like that because it's so much more complex to do
Yeah.
that in that scale and do it
And then
correctly.
get it smooth.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then to get it smooth on
All
top
them
of it. I
layers
mean,
of paint
that's
smoothed out takes a
Yeah,
lot of work.
that's the trick where the glass smooth finish, because all that layering of different colors and graphics and all that stuff creates bumps. But then to get the clear up and then all level, that's a
yeah. I
talent.
have a lot of
That's
respect
not
for
easy to do.
those paint jobs because
Yeah.
that's a lot harder than painting a
Ton of
car one
effort goes
color.
into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to know where you're going because, and I don't have that skill set to know where I'm going. I'm kind of shooting from the hip, so they kind of know where they're going, and that I think a lot of it is you got to know where you're heading. It's not like weathering where you can kind of like
What
fudge
color
your way
first?
through
What
it.
color
Yeah.
second? What color third? What?
Yeah. So yeah, it's I see pictures of stuff that I want to do, and then I try to figure out how they layered that up. But it's amazing. Some of the paint jobs are just amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Incredible artists.
Yeah, very much so.
So Matt, what do you got? What do
Well,
you got on the bench
what I
that you're
got
not going to
going?
finish?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I have got what I have right now.
Bah!
I am working on my USAC bill. No flip nose. I've been going on my USAC build. I want to get that done. I'm not far, but far enough. But that has been my focus. I've got the chassis all done. It's got the right rake. Arterake is there. I didn't have the tool, but I did get it close. Yep, I don't have that tool, Art.
I'll send
But I
you
did-
one.
I appreciate it. I will use it, but I did get it, man. I got the rake I want, man, because this is like a drag car from the early '80s is kind of what I'm doing, and got that up in the air and the big tires in the back and all the room for it. I arced. I took the stock leaf springs and arced them, and got that and a little bit of shackling, and you know how they did it, but got it the stance I want, and I found the wheels I want. Everything's going in the right direction, and I'm getting close. I've got a little more body work to do, and I'm getting close to paint time. And that's where I go. Engine, I haven't even touched the engine. It may or may not get an engine in it. I'm going more for that. I want this completed car. I want this look. So
If you don't have an engine
save
in
the
it.
engine for the last. I'll say that for the last in case I run out of time. I don't want a car sitting there, not done. So that's what I'm working on, and I want to get that finished up because I'm really getting excited about a project I want to get going on. Is my tribute build to Bill Coulter, doing the Hardee's Monte Carlo, the way he did it in that magazine coverage. He did that magazine article on how to detail a NASCAR winner, that he did in 1988 in Fine Scale Modeler. I'm going to follow that book to everything he did. I'm going to do on this model and basically build, but have what we have today. So I got better stuff than what he had back then. So I'd like to do that, and I'm kind of hoping that car has ended up. I'm trying to find out where that car is, the actual built model that he built.
Where it ended. Yeah.
I knew who had his collection, and some were getting sold off, and I said, if that one turns up, please let me know. I would like to purchase it, or it go to the museum. And I'm hoping it went to the museum. And if it's at the museum, I get this one done. I think after it does its rounds at model shows, I'll donate it to the museum if they would put it with his, and if I'm worthy of that. I don't know if I'm worthy of being in the museum, but I'd like to do that. So that is what my focus is on model cars for this part of 26. Trying to stay online with that and not get too distracted. But we do have something real quick. I'll throw a mention out because he didn't make it. Tim Brown, Throttle Power, has got a group build going for just this month. It's called Finish It Up February. Go on to his channel, check it out. He's got a Facebook group. It's easy to find. It's all over the place. It'd actually probably be down in the description. Finish It Up February. And I did my video on that. I'm going to finish my Porsche build that I started for a Porsche build, group build, that I had 2 chances or 3 chances to get it done, and I didn't get it done.
What about
but I just got to do a
Malibu?
little bare metal foiling, and that thing's done.
What about the Malibus?
Malibu's off the charts right now. That has to go on the back burner. I had to prioritize some stuff. That Malibu's too far to get done in February. But I'm going to get this. I had to pick something that's just about done to Finish It Up February. Do any of you have something that you can, some kit stashed away you could pull out to finish on February?
I'm too far away from anything. Way too far away.
I probably could. My goal is to try to have my USAC built before February 15, or excuse me, March 15. I want to try to have it finished maybe by the end of February.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm thinking is I'm kind of hoping that my USAC build will be a Finish It Up February too.
I had the pleasure of seeing somebody that's already done at the Hope It Don't Snow show. And
oh yeah,
that thing.
It was awesome. It's awesome.
Beautiful kit. He done.
Yeah, he knocked it out of the park. I saw.
Fantastic job. Fantastic. And I was surprised that it wasn't one of the top 10s. I was just like, what? That's not. But yeah, it
was nice.
It's nice. It's very nice.
Very nice.
He pulled all the stops, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, thank you all for coming on here. This was fun. It's fun to talk about box art and model cars in general, and I always have a good time yakking with you dudes. And everybody out there, go down into the description, or not the description, the comments below on either Spotify or here on YouTube, and we read them. So let's hear what you like. What's your favorite? What's your favorite and your least favorite? Do you agree with us on how much we hated that era of AMT kits? But what we really want to hear is we want to hear what your favorite box art was. So
Yes.
thank you all for watching and coming on. And we're going to go around one last time. Everybody say bye.
Mark, HobbyDude 007 on Facebook and YouTube.
Brian Burwell on Facebook and Got Fuels Model Car Garage on the YouTubes and on Instagram.
Lewis Hicks, just on Facebook and Instagram.
Arterake, YouTube, and Instagram, maybe, kind of, sort of.
Well, when you figure out the Instagram thing, or you let me know, because I fight with that. I really would like to be on Instagram more, but I fight. Maybe Lewis, maybe you and I will have a conversation. You could help me out if you're.
We need a young guy to show.
Yeah, we need a young guy. Yeah, he's our official young knucklehead. But
yeah.
Hey, you're now a knucklehead, Lewis. We'll probably have you on again for sure. And thank you so much for coming on. Always enjoy talking to you. And
thank you, Lewis.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's nice to get the perspective from you. You know, us old guys get perspective from you young guys. You know, you'll be in our position one day. I hope you have a bunch of kids under you that want to learn from you.
We're the salt of the earth.
Hobby flying, man. But everybody, it's just me, Luka C. You're on my channel. You know what it is. Whatever. Who cares? But we do care about one thing. And Mark, why don't you just say it?
Model cars because they're fun.
That's right.
Right.
And Irv,
What?
Take us home.
Don't ask me to do that. I always screw it up.
That's true. Never mind. Just say, here's the producers. How's that?
Here's the producers.
Shop that's got what the temperature is in the room and what it is outside. I got a sensor out the window. It was 6.8 degrees. So I wanted to go down the other house and check on it. And the only place open when I was coming back was time for a big coffee.
Good.
Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Amanda loves their grilled chicken sandwich. So I think it was Friday night we stopped on the way home in there, and that's what she had.
I get the same thing there no matter what time of day it is.
Hash
I get
browns.
the scrambled cheese eggs with plain hash browns, bacon, and raisin toast.
Hash browns, chili, cheese, onions, ham.
Yeah,
I think this podcast should be about Waffle House.
we can all do a Waffle House car.
Yeah, I'm ready for, now I'm hungry.
wouldn't that be something? Let's do a Waffle House. I'm surprised there isn't one. Did they still do that all you can eat thing? You just pay for a price and just order off the menu as much as you want.
I've never done it because usually the portions are pretty decent. So I've never done that if they do.
It's good value for the price.
But they will very much not like you if you order something and then I can't eat. Oh no, you better eat it.
Ham and cheese omelet.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, man. Like I said, I got one right down the block. I gotta go now. I'm going right now. You guys do this without me. I'm leaving. I'm going to Waffle House. They should sponsor us.
Yeah, now you're making me hungry.
That's a good idea. I know. I need some bacon.
Oh, bacon.
Bacon.
Hey, that's what we can call it. We can change it from the knuckleheads to the bacon heads.
The Waffle House heads.
Yes.
I'm glad my mic isn't as sensitive as Herb's was a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that was horrible, wasn't it?
You'd have heard my stomach right then. Talk about Waffle House, and my stomach went to growling.
I know that was a bad conversation to have before this.
We're gonna have to take a snack break.
I started to get a BLT when I got the coffee, and then I thought,
Been
well, I
talking
know
about
Amanda's talking homemade spaghetti. So when we're done,
I delivered a load of gas one time in Bowman, South Carolina. There used to be a Texaco there, and it was a fuel stop. They had a little deli, and I ordered a BLT, and I saw the girl over there bacon. I was like, ain't no way she's putting that much bacon on one sandwich. I had a stack. It was an inch thick of bacon. I was like, oh my God, this is the best BLT ever. I couldn't even do that at home. I wouldn't be able to afford that. Was almost a whole pack of bacon that you would buy from the grocery store on one BLT. Oh my God, it was good. Not good for the heart, but man. Ugh.
yeah, but it's good everywhere else.
Yeah, it's good. It's good in here chewing on it and going down.
Because I'm going to cut this out so I don't look so bad.
Hold, please. We need some elevator music. Your call is important to us. Please hold. I don't have any ugly boxes. I burned them all.
There's definitely some bad ones.
There were some bad ones. The box art is so ugly, guys. I can't even find the stuff. I know the clip I'm putting them in and all the
It's
nice
hiding.
stuff.
Glad you were prepared for today. At least I'm not the only
me
one.
too. I worked so hard to get prepared for this.
Well, what's the problem is his producer's not back there whipping him in the back of the head.
Now, where is the producer?
He's off. I think he's watching some movies with his dad. I am. I might go totally black, but I
Sorry to
can't do
interrupt.
nothing about it. No, it's okay.
I'll message you in time.
I tell you what. Let me let's mark that down. I'm going to try to fix that.
I feel like I'm on acid. I'm just glad it's not me this time.
Yeah, and I know it's always something. Whenever you guys are ready, are you guys ready? Is anybody ready?
Whenever.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You going to do this?
Am I square?
Yes, you definitely are. Very. There we go.
Take 12.